Hi everybody, just wanted to give you an update on everything that's been happening in RSPCA Queensland in terms of our strategy and also what to expect in the year ahead. In terms of our animal pillar, we're in really great shape. Our rehoming rate continues to be at around 86%, and we're seeing a whole different mix of animals come through, much harder animals to deal with in terms of needing more veterinary care, more behaviour care, as those readily adoptable animals aren't coming in the doors as much as they once were. The team's doing a fantastic job, and we've actually invested $3 million more in direct animal care in the last 12 months than what we did 2 years ago. And that's in areas like the inspectorate, where we've been able to put more resources in. And speaking of the inspectorate, I'd like to welcome Rachel Woodrow, who's our new General Manager of the Inspectorate and Rescue, who started just literally last week and is going to do a great job at being able to strategically take our inspectorate forward in a great space. We've also invested in our capabilities through our vets with lots of education through there. We've had more vets through our wildlife space. And from a behaviour point of view, we've also been able to move from a world where we used to send all of our behaviour needs to the US for input, to Kirsty now having a team of 8, which is a merge of the School for Dogs and her behaviour team. So we're actually providing the very best of animal behaviour and advice and training to not only our own shelter animals, but also to the public animals that we can engage through those programs, which is just awesome. The socially conscious animal sheltering is really key, and the matrix system of being able to track our animals through is working really well, because we're able to make sure we've got the programs in place, like the FIV adoption program, like trial foster and trial adoption programs, to really try and make sure we increase our rehoming rate at some of those more difficult animal levels. And so that's a really great start for where we're at. Animal Care and Protection Act review. We're meeting with government today actually to go through where their thinking is based on all of our submissions, so that will roll into the new year, and excited by that as well. So lots happening in the animal space, but a massive thank you to you all for the care and the love and the compassion you show animals every day. I see it in everything you do, and just want to say a massive thank you. From a people perspective, health and wellbeing is a really big part of our strategy, and we want to make sure we look after you and care for you the best we possibly can. So over the last couple of months, we've been able to train 20 mental health first aid officers, both at Wakehold but also out into our regions and out into our other shelters as well. Next year we will look to do even more of that, and that's our commitment to making sure that we're providing the right resources and the right care for our people. Elena Smith has started as our HR business partner, and that role is really about partnering with the organisation and each part of the organisation to understand our people needs and drive the right kind of programs to have the best culture and the best organisation we can. And from a learning and development point of view, Tara Quinn will be starting in January to drive our L&D strategy, which is all going to be about induction, making sure that we're providing the right skill training, the right professional and personal capability, and a real commitment to a learning organisation, and that's great. And finally on people, Sudha Mannion started as our Head of Finance a couple of months ago, and is doing a great job in there. And most importantly, she's partnering with each part of the organisation as well to make sure that our leaders understand where we sit in terms of the numbers, so that we can continue to invest in the right things, which is an awesome outcome as well. If I move to communities, the big thing in community is all about socially conscious animal communities. And that's about partnering with all sorts of people in the community to create a better place for animals. And a big part of our strategy is really around trying to go from being reactive and dealing with the animals when they come to us, to proactive and trying to prevent them needing to come in the first place. And so we've got a fantastic trial starting up in the Moreton Bay Regional Council area, which is all about where the biggest level of cruelty comes from. So 2 suburbs in Caboolture and Morayfield, working with council, working with other organisations and driving education, driving provision of services to really help that community understand their responsibilities, understand their needs, and help them before there's issues arise. And so we're excited by that, because I think that will really drive a lot of direction, and that's being led by Cherie. The other thing that's happening in the community front is around the digital customer experience program. So we've talked for a long time around the fact that our website's not great, that we don't reach our supporters in the best way we possibly can. And so that project has kicked off and will continue through 2022, which will give us the ability to reach our supporters with more education, more material, more information to help inform, engage, and hopefully have more supporters in the long run. So I'm really excited by that. And whilst we're talking on IT, there's another really important thing there. So Ainsley is building out her team. And I know at the moment we're a bit rocky on IT, but that's because we're rebuilding a lot of things from scratch to make sure we've got really solid foundations moving forward. So appreciate everybody's patience on the IT front as well. So lots going on, a really exciting year ahead. I'll communicate a little bit more as we get closer to Christmas. My God, we're in December already. But thank you for all you do, really appreciate it all, and look forward to finishing out the year with a bang. Thank you.